Happy New Year to you.
2026.
I think we had a good year.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a good year. We had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Lots of family get togethers, things
Yeah.
like that. I hope everyone else's 2026 is going well. I hope your Christmas was good.
Are you excited for the new year?
I am. I mean, there's always that energy of new beginnings, new fresh starts, a next chapter in whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And it's sort of like there's different parts of the year that are like that. The New Year's like that. I find September is like that because we're all conditioned that we go back to school after holidays, and September is when we back to school, right?
Right.
So that
Right.
kind of acts like a new year for me too, right? It's like, okay, let's hit the books again.
Yeah. I'm not really a New Year guy personally.
Right.
Let's make the New Year's resolutions and all that sort of stuff. But when I'm doing sales coaching, I talk about fresh starts a lot because
Right.
that's one of the benefits that a sales professional has is unlike other careers. You get a fresh start.
Right.
It's a new month, it's a new week, it's a new quarter, whatever, and then more granularly, the next customer
Right. Yeah.
maybe
Each customer is sort of a
is a completely fresh start. So maybe this morning you had a customer and you blew it. You don't feel you did your best. There's no reason to get down. The next one that comes in, you could literally be the best salesperson in the whole world this next time.
right.
And there are
right.
very few careers where you get those fresh starts all the time.
Right.
So I talk about
Makes
that.
sense.
And of course, the calendar year, I mean, in my business, our fiscal year doesn't match the calendar year, so it doesn't really
Okay.
apply yet.
Right.
But I'm a big Christmas guy.
Oh, you are a big Christmas
I
guy.
get very Christmassy. I don't. The last couple of years, I haven't felt as Christmassy as I have in the past.
Right.
Not sure
right.
why that is, but
Yeah. Well, Christmases vary from year to year.
yeah.
What I liked this year was all the gatherings. I mean, our son Marcel got a little tired.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's a
like,
lot. Well, you and I got married young, and I remember one of the things we first did was, like, Christmas time, you want to see us, you come to us. We're done
Yeah.
going around to seeing everybody
Very
in their
much, I
asshole
changed that.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
But of course, now we're older. Now we're back. We've
Yeah.
come full circle. Now we do the visiting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's fair enough. I mean, life changes, right?
Well, your family and my family, everybody's pretty nice and well, I was going to say normal, that may not be accurate, but everyone's pretty fun and nice. So we
Yes.
don't mind the visiting now the way we may get under our saddle
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
older times.
Well, yeah, I think you and I were running, not away, but, we were trying to cull a little bit, and we very much went together, right? And
Yeah, running, from the world and running towards each other, and
Yeah.
that was the right move for sure.
yeah,
Here we are, almost 8 years of marriage later.
8 years.
It's like 38 years, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about 38.
Yeah, it'll be 38 years this summer, I think.
Oh, okay. He's better at keeping track of these things than I am.
Which is strange
Yeah,
because I'm not good at keeping track of anything.
but that you keep track of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're way past our Larry Bird year.
One of the reasons I think that we've been able to stay married for so long is we enjoy each other's company and we like to talk. So this kind of thing is kind of nice. I watch a lot of podcasts and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I think we touched on that last time we talked. That there's a hunger and a thirst for people talking.
Right. Yeah.
The drive has been people communicating with each other with little pictures on Instagram and Facebook, and here's a picture of my breakfast, and here's what I did, and just little highlights. Of course, the best highlights of their life, or the worst highlights of their life.
Yeah, it's very extreme on social media. There's not a
My
lot
dog
of.
died. My dad has cancer.
Yeah.
It's all very public, but in short spurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And life doesn't exist in short spurts. Something can happen to you and you can dwell on it for years, or you can you work on your career for decades, or like life doesn't happen in short little
No,
sound bites.
no, that's true. The sound bites of your life. It sounds
Yeah.
like a song.
I was watching a podcast just when I got up early this morning, and I like listening to that stuff. I think a lot of people do, but I was talking to my dad. My dad, I think would love listening to those. Right? He's mobility challenged, as you know. The audience may not know, but
Yeah.
and he'd probably love that. but he's got it stuck in his head that they're all just crazy people talking about crazy things. And of course there are,
Of course, yeah.
but there's a myriad of things you could listen to.
Yeah,
You
there's a
don't have
rainbow of
Yeah, you
stuff.
don't have to listen to an alien conspiracy. You don't have to listen to
Yeah.
an angry political debate. You can listen to history. You can listen to
Yeah.
anything that you
In
want.
fact, there's apps now that you can download and it'll give you sound bites of history or science. I just had one that I was looking at yesterday that was advertising to me about learning human anatomy in
Oh, that's interesting.
like 5 to 10 minutes a day.
That would be hard to do just listening, I think.
Well, I think they do a combination of visual and talk as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's like an app you can get, and you just every day you click on it and you learn something
Right.
new. And I think a lot of people like that because it feels like, they call it doom scrolling when you're just,
Right.
and this is something, okay, I can scroll, but I learned something. I'm not being told about the person's dog who died or whatever, or even, oh, they're on yet another vacation and I'm jealous because I haven't been on vacation in forever, like, not that I haven't been, but that's what people,
Yeah.
Kinda see.
Sometimes there's things you trip over that you didn't know you would be interested in.
Yes.
Or you didn't realize to what extent you might be interested in.
Yeah.
And so, we've got a friend who, well, I won't say his name, but, loves music and sports and also,
Yeah.
those were the only books he ever bought,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so you don't discover
And he
something.
even tries to read them free in the
Right,
bookstores.
right. So sometimes in these podcasts, like the intent is here, we just riff and talk and let the conversation go, and a topic might come. Oh, I wouldn't have gone seeking that,
Right.
but this interests me now. Maybe I'll go and find more, and that's the whole point of human conversation.
Yeah.
Probably repeat myself, but I mean, people have been doing that forever around the
Oh, yeah.
campfire and just meeting and talking, and that's
Well, you and I were
been
just
lost.
talking about the fact that it doesn't matter the generation. You can go as far back in history as you want, but the grandmas and grandpas and elders of the community always complained about the next generation. They're never going to make it with their rock and roll and hula hoops.
Right.
And they're saying the same thing about the next upcoming generation. They're not going to be able to hold jobs because they're feeling entitled and all that kind of stuff,
There's
right?
definitely it's weird. I was about to say it's a cliche that people don't like change and like the familiar and like routine. I think that's kind of human nature. I mean, I'm gonna, whatever the evolutionary, reason is, I'm gonna find my way back to the village. I'm gonna go and hunt. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reason for that is that we like that.
Yeah.
You'll see me. You know this about me. I'll listen to the same old songs. I like to
Mm-hmm.
go to the same. I think we can go for lunch. By the way, I'd like to go to the same restaurants or order the same things. Not
Yeah.
all the time, but at the same time, in business,
Mm-hmm.
I love to innovate and come up with ideas and be counter narrative. Sort of guerrilla marketing. Do the opposite of what the competition is doing. Stick
Right.
my neck out, steal an idea, or repurpose an idea from a completely different business.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously not change adverse.
No,
I'm not.
no.
Change doesn't scare me, but familiar
yeah.
things are comforting. I think
Yes.
is maybe if too many
Yeah.
things are changing, then it's natural for someone to, I don't like all this. I don't feel comfortable. Where you're
And-
taking away
and
all my
this
go-to
last
things.
century, the century before the 1900s, we've experienced the most change
Right.
leading up to today, right? Because we've gone from
Technology-wise, you mean?
technology wise, which has affected all our lives, right? Like we've got like Wonder Bread came in for the first time in the last century, right? They'd never
You mean
had
the ability to just go and buy a bread that was made instead
that
of
was
making it yourself?
pre-sliced and you just went into the grocery store. You didn't go to the bakery necessarily. And
The
and then,
pre-slicing seems weird. I guess it saves time. Like,
yeah, it saves time and sometimes people like it's more uniform, so you're making a more uniform sandwich. I
that's the
don't know.
cliche, like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
It must have been
exactly.
popular when it came out.
Yeah, exactly. And we're probably repeating the tagline that they first had, right? And
Oh, yeah,
even
yeah.
toasters, washers and dryers,
Right.
right? I still remember my grandma had the crank one that you ran the clothes through the rollers and,
Right.
you know, and it was non-electric and,
And as you say that, it makes me think of AI in the sense that all these conveniences, all these time savers, these appliances were meant to, remove work from you so you'd have more time for leisurely activities and musings or whatever. But we haven't done that. We've just filled
Yeah.
it up with more nonsense and more
it's like,
work.
look
and
what we've done with the place. It's on fire.
We'll just work 6 days a week, 7 days a week. We'll work at all hours, just to kind of stay ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, some countries and some cultures are better or worse, but certainly in the West, it's just a big rat race. So
It
none of
is.
those conveniences did anything but
No, we're
give
still.
us more time. Why aren't you working now? The toast has been already sliced, and your
Right.
clothes are in the machine. So just
Yeah.
go work.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go work. And, and we were always like, especially, I love the phrase the 80s called, they want their career back.
Right.
Because, it's like, we're still putting in like super long hours. Like, why are we doing that? And, there's some groups that are now calling for a 4-day work week.
Right.
Because we're all exhausted. And yet, like you say, we have these time savers as far as appliances and household things go.
Yeah, like most things, I'm not an expert in any of that, but we've certainly run businesses and hired and fired lots of people, and I've been hired and fired myself. So, but it's like most things, it's more complicated. It's more complicated than it might first appear. I mean, you have to, depending on the type of business, you have to work harder to perform. A business person, a salesperson, an entrepreneur, you have to put in the hours,
Yeah.
or somebody else will get there first. So that's one thing. But some jobs, if you're having to put in tall hours or work 2 jobs or a job and a half just to pay the bills, it's a combination of wage, it's a combination of cost of living. The cost of living is fucking
It's
outrageous.
bananas. Yeah.
I really don't know how most people do it.
Yeah, because groceries themselves have almost doubled.
Yeah, I got a good job. I make good money. We're just like most people's lives, you get ups and downs, and sometimes you're on, and sometimes you're off. But I mean, even in a good year with your pants full of cash, the prices of things is ridiculous.
I just see pants with bills overflowing.
But I was going to say a regular person. What? There's no such thing as a regular person. We're all, doing different things. But
Yeah.
I just envision, a 20-something-year-old, a 30-something-year-old, maybe I don't know, working in the mall, or what you're trying to get an office job, a cubicle job. I mean, how do you pay your bills?
Yeah, and most people want to work remotely now, since they got a taste of it in COVID, right?
Go try and find a house. Go try and find an apartment.
Yeah.
Like the next generation will be, so disenfranchised. I hate that word, but they'll be so separated from what we thought the path would be,
Right.
And certainly the path that our parents.
Yeah,
We'll get married,
you
we'll get a
can't
job, and
take
get a
what's
house
called
and a
the
car.
traditional
No.
path anymore. That's gone.
Yeah.
There's no white picket fence. There's no, I get the job, then I get the wife or husband, and then I get the white picket fence and a bunch of kids.
Right.
That doesn't exist.
So again, like the innovations and the computers and all the stuff that was supposed to leverage our work. I was just reading that the guy that runs NVIDIA, he's the guy that makes all the chips, as you know, AI chips and everything. People have been talking about it. We talked about it before, but how many jobs will AI steal?
Yeah.
He's really saying the opposite. Now it's a bit self-serving because he's the one that sells the chips.
Of course.
He's kind of saying that.
Oh, this is great.
He made an interesting point. He said AI will create more millionaires
Right.
than the internet boom did.
Right.
And his
I've seen
logic,
that, yeah.
you saw that?
Yeah.
His logic there was that, now the best idea is going to win.
Right.
Everyone is an artist. Everyone is a coder. Everyone is a programmer. It used to
Right.
be you wouldn't be able to implement your idea.
Exactly, because you didn't have the
That's
knowledge.
right. And that's interesting. I don't see it quite the same way. I mean, history, like we just talked about, has proven that all these innovations don't seem to make anybody. They make a few people will benefit for sure.
Yeah,
But the
absolutely.
masses, did the internet bring us all together?
Yeah, like
As
they
a big
said,
world community?
yeah.
No, we're all yelling at each other and showing each other their breakfast on Instagram.
Yeah,
So,
and the pile-ons,
right,
you
right,
know, the bullying that's happened,
right.
you know.
But I think AI is going to, for every smart person with a really beautiful, wonderful idea where AI helped them bring it to market, there will be 10,000 people with shitty ideas, half stolen, cobbled together with AI, and slapped on the internet to pick people's pocket.
Right,
You know,
right,
so
yeah.
it'll be like imagine going to the library and only one in every 10,000 books is worth reading, but they all look beautiful. They have beautiful covers, and
Right,
the intro and the jacket sounds great. And you don't know till you're in chapter one. This is fucking garbage.
right,
You
right,
know, I
yeah,
think that's what it's gonna
right.
be. It's gonna create a flood of nonsense, garbage
Yeah, because
data.
the internet did that a bit too, right? Remember, like I remember when I was teaching classes and various things that I was like, don't count on the internet to always give you the truth.
Right.
Because, you know, like take it with a giant grain of salt. And AI is kind of like that as well. Like, don't count on AI to know everything. It does definitely know a lot of stuff because it's able to pull from lots of sources. But you still have to, like, if you're doing an email or if you're doing you know, notes kind of thing, you still have to edit it,
Well,
right?
it's simpler than that.
Yeah,
All human knowledge comes from where?
from our brains,
Comes from other humans,
other
right? And
humans, yeah.
humans are fallible. So whether you're getting that information from a book, right? And I'm going to go write an essay on topic ABC. I'll go to the library. I'll get 3 or 4 books. That person may be wrong.
Right.
That person may be full of shit. That person may be biased. They may have misinterpreted their resources. The
True.
back of the book has all the footnotes of all the other resources, and some of those books might have been flawed.
Right, true,
So
true.
the internet was just a digital version of that.
Right.
And AI is the same thing. I kind of like using AI to do research, because in the past you'd Google something, you'd use your search engine of choice, but they would give you a list of 10 or 20 page
That
sites.
you could then,
Then you have to go in. It looks legit. Which one sounds right? You still don't know. So
yeah,
it's more of an aggregator is the wrong word there, but it's more of it's grabbing that knowledge and condensing it and
polishing it.
simplifying it for
Yeah.
you, and then you can ask it follow-up questions and tease out what you're really
Yeah,
trying to find. And I
yeah.
think for the most part, it's quite accurate. It's certainly more accurate than you throwing darts at the websites that Google happens to present you.
Right, yeah,
Flitting through page after page and trying to make sense of what you find. It's certainly going to do a better job than most people doing that. For the most part, I trust it. If you're talking about something very narrow,
right.
I'm a particle physicist. I'm a evolutionary biologist, and I ask it some very specific
It
question.
might not have the
Well,
answer.
it may not give the nuanced, careful answer that you want,
Right,
and there you say, well, that's not right. But I bet you there's another evolutionary biologist that said, yeah, that's my take too.
right,
Because
right, yeah.
it's all just the knowledge is still from other people. The computer didn't come up with the knowledge. It's taking knowledge from other humans, and humans are
Humans
fallible
are
and
very,
biased. And,
yeah, fallible and deceitful too. Like just yesterday, I was scrolling on Google just to see the news or whatever, right? So one thing came up, a headline came up saying, come January 2026, there's a change to driver's licenses and there's new tests coming in, right? Well, then I keep scrolling, and then CTV comes up on my page, and it says new scam changes to
Oh,
driver's
wow.
license. But the one right above it, like, or literally above it, looked legit.
Oh yeah, well,
And I was like,
it's so
oh,
easy to make something that looks
yeah.
just super
But,
legit.
and CTV
The
had
the
gone
the, the,
around
fa-
and,
the, the, the scam ones look more legit than the real ones.
Yeah,
Half
exactly.
the time.
And you know, I didn't actually read that first scam one because I was just going through to see what do I want to read. But then when I saw the CTV thing and they were interviewing seniors, and a lot of these seniors are like, oh yes, I guess seniors are going to be more tested and blah blah blah. They've been talking about it,
Right.
but they haven't actually implemented the change. Now, what's the benefit for the person that, or the group that put up the scam one? There's nothing but just trying to stir shit up. There's no money involved or anything like that. Because on CTV they said some groups just want to stir shit up and be, you know, trolls.
But it might also be, you know, sort of phishing attempts, either to get people's data or
Oh,
to
yeah.
get them to go and click on a particular site for maybe
Yeah.
they make money per click. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of scams out there, and just like in the movies, some of those cons are longer cons.
Yeah.
It's not just click this and I got $1 from
Right,
you.
right.
Sometimes they're building a database of people to sell the information.
And
It's
then go and scare them about
I really
taxes or something.
yeah, I really like listening to some of the podcasts about computer hacks and computer hacking and some of that technology. But frankly, it's terrifying.
Right.
I never finished listening to one of those, and I'm not like, oh my god, I have to change all my passwords. I have to change everything. I have to
Right.
disappear. I have to unplug all the wires.
Off the grid.
The technology and the capability and the wiliness of some of these crooks is off the fucking charts.
Wow.
Absolutely off the charts. You'd never see it coming. You'd
Yeah,
never be ready.
What's wrong with people?
And I grew up in a computer store.
Yeah.
I'm a tech savvy person.
Right.
So, you know, grandma at home thinking she's getting an email from her son, you know, in
Yeah.
jail and needs a bailer. Like, that's a simple, obvious one. The stuff and you saw like the credit card skimmers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
It is.
And it's not just some guy, it's not just some punk in his underwear.
Oh, yeah,
it's,
in mom's
it's an
basement.
apartment building, it's an office building full of professionals.
Yeah.
With,
Well, they're making good bank,
oh,
yeah.
With equipment and, well, did we mention this before? North Korea
Mm-hmm.
has whole teams of programmers, of hackers that just go around breaking into banks around the world and taking the money.
Wow.
Like they're not just scams, just
Right.
straight up breaking into
I'm
people's
gonna rob this bank.
into bank
Did
accounts,
you-
into crypto wallets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's an extreme example. I mean,
But
state
still,
actors do all kinds of crazy
It's
stuff.
out there.
Yeah, we're not prepared. Most people are not prepared security wise
Oh,
to
God, no.
protect their stuff. And I used to think, what do you care? Like, no one's after you. You're too
Right.
small a fish. No one's after you. No one's trying to get you. So don't have to worry about that too much. But that's really, I've realized that's not really the problem. The problem are these viruses and these attacks that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we used to call them, you know, like a worm virus. We used to, it was an old term, but they're just out
The
there.
Trojan horse.
There's stuff that's out there roaming around, snooping around websites, jumping from computer to computer to try and find where those vulnerabilities are. We've had websites hacked multiple times.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one actively said, "Oh, I'm going to go after this guy."
Mm-hmm.
It was just something was out there, and it latched onto a website with that vulnerability.
Right.
Well, that's a whole different kettle of fish. Now it doesn't matter whether you're someone worth attacking or not, or someone has money in the account or not.
Mm-hmm.
The attack will happen regardless. It'll be it's just automated.
Right,
And there'll be
right.
someone get a ding on their phone. Oh, I got another one.
Someone will get the $2 in my bank account.
Whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
if it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
So it can happen to Granny, you know,
Yeah.
with a few $100 grand in the bank to carry you into the finish line, and then the next day it's gone.
Right, right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's an oversimplification. I mean, there are safeguards, you know, the banks
Of
have safeguards,
course,
but
but-
in a professional scam, they wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't working some of the time.
Well, and now the banks, you've probably noticed the changes, have whole fraud departments to help people out. Because
to
my
help explain why you're not getting your money back from the bad guy or the bank.
yeah, right. But also too, like, well, my bank was very good. I accidentally bought something I thought was legit and it wasn't. So they reversed the payment for me, but they had to give me a new card and I had to talk to their fraud department and you know, I mean, it was great because I did get my money back, but it's TD Canada Bank, by the way, Toronto Dominion. They were very, very good. And I didn't feel judged in any way because, you know, sometimes it's like, how stupid are you kind of thing, right? Like I was
Right.
afraid of that kind of happening, but it's like, no, their fraud department, it happens to everyday people, even tech savvy people,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And like I said, they now have a whole department where, you know, the worst that could happen was someone comes in with a mask on and holds up the bank and some of that money might be yours.
Right.
You know, but it was always, you know, insured, like they brought in bank
With
insurance.
the big sacks.
Yeah, the big sacks with the dollar sign on it.
Yeah. That's the way it used to be.
Exactly. So one thing we want to incorporate into our podcast is what have you been reading lately?
Oh,
And also,
it's good. I brought a book then because you didn't remind me of that. But
Oh.
I happened to I did bring a book.
okay, I saw you with the book, so I thought, oh, he knows that he's supposed to be bringing out what have
That's
you
just
been
me
reading?
bringing a book everywhere.
Okay. Well, it's good to carry a book around. You never know. I mean, even if you carry it around, you don't read it. You know, that saying I was telling you about
Yeah.
a while ago, having books around encourages you to read, even if you don't read all the books that you have.
Right.
You know, I mean, yes, I wish I could read by osmosis.
I can't read. Well, but then you're not enjoying the act of reading.
Yeah.
I'd like to know all the stuff.
Oh, me too.
And then also have time to read it.
Yes. So, and I tend to like paper, like hard copy books.
Yeah, same. Depends on the book, but for the most part, yes.
There's something about holding the actual book than reading
Yeah.
on a screen,
Yeah,
you know, that I really enjoy.
that's a big book.
It is a big book, but it's only about 600 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, just under 600
It's
before
like
the index.
3 inches thick.
Yeah, 560. There you go. And it's normal women. So it's a history, 900 years of making history. And it's by Philippa.
You were telling me about that. It's as opposed to writing about the queens and princesses, this is what regular women would have been doing
Yeah.
across history.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
So it's so far, I'm only this far into this 600 pages because I got it for Christmas. So I was finishing up another book. So I've just started this one.
You've got books from this author before?
Yeah, so she writes a lot of historical fiction. And I love, like, because she's a historian. So her historical fiction, for the most part, is accurate. Like the
Okay.
time period, what kind of things they would experience, what their meals were like, what their, you know, rituals were like, and that sort of
Right.
thing, right? And so I like that she's so historically accurate. Of course, the fiction part is she makes up the conversations for the most part. I mean, she has read, you know, like if there's been letters in the past of, you know, from one queen to another or a
Right.
princess or whatever, she'll take from that and she'll also like make up conversations that no one would ever have heard, right?
Well, that's a fun way to learn history because I've got a bunch of history books. And I love history.
Me too.
But I have trouble retaining the information.
Okay.
Even though I'm interested in it and it's making sense when I'm reading it, you know, like 2 weeks later, I want to tell somebody, "Hey, did you know that?" I forget what it was, but it was
Right.
cool when I wrote it. And
Now, do you read other books and retain that though? Or is it just history?
probably everything.
Probably.
But but I've got a couple books that are in that style where it's fictionalized, so it's real story, but that we're fictionalizing the dialogue and everything.
Yeah, that's basically what she does. Yeah.
Like I've got a book, Hadrian was one of the Roman emperors, and the book's called Memoirs of Hadrian. It's a very famous book. I think was a female author. I think she won a Pulitzer or something like that.
Okay.
I may be misremembering that, but it's a very acclaimed book.
Okay.
And my dad gave it to me, and it's Hadrian writing letters to his nephew to tell him,
Oh,
you know, what was going on.
maybe that's
And,
where
and
you're
a
at.
very interesting way to remember because you're getting it's kind of a story,
Right.
you know. it's a nice way to learn history as opposed to just, well, here's a list of facts and dates and this
Right.
happened and here's the map and see the arrow went this way and like, okay, well,
Right,
it's a little
right.
dry sometimes.
Oh, maybe that's where C.S. Lewis got his idea for screw tape letters.
I don't think I know what that is. I
So-
mean, I've heard the name, but I have no idea what that is.
So I've read the book, but the screw tape letters is basically a demon, one of the higher up demons, writing to his nephew demon on how to tempt humans into sin.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he's given them all the ins and outs and what to look for and what, like, because they can't read your minds is the idea for demons, right? But they can, you know, if your temperature goes up, maybe you're angry. If your eyes dilate, maybe you're excited, whatever it might be, right? So the idea is they see all this stuff, and because they're superior in knowledge, because they were once angels,
Right.
They can gauge, you know, are you ready to sin?
But angels and angels and demons can't mess with you, right? Like they can't
Angels-
actively touch you or do stuff, right?
Well,
they can only they try to mess with your decision making.
Yeah, demons will whisper, they say, you know, so they'll whisper in your, Mark, aren't you so angry that you just want to hit this guy?
That
Or-
demon sounds a lot like my wife.
But angels can whisper too, but the idea is they're not allowed to interfere until you ask for it, because they have to act divinely.
No, they can't interfere with your free will, right?
Yeah, exactly, because the free will
It's
contract,
not, it's not doing something evil if you didn't have the choice to not do it. If I made you do it, then then it's not evil. You know what I mean? Like if demons exist and they took control of your body and made you kill somebody,
oh, okay.
you didn't do anything evil because you were not in control of yourself.
Well,
You
yeah,
have to be-
that's
yeah.
the theory, but the idea too is if you're like, you know, let's say you're possessed, and like what allowed the demon to come in. Because some people are innocent in that
In
situation.
the movies, they're mostly innocent.
They're
people that
mostly
get-
innocent. Now you can't take the movies as a, this is how an exorcism is done. You know, I scream at the television all the time about, what are you doing? Like, stop
But
doing
my
this.
fundamental point is that you're only able to do something good or something bad because you have the choice
You have the choice.
to do this or that. You know, so if you take away the person's choice, if you take away free will, it's not technically good or evil. I mean, the act is good or evil.
Yeah,
but you haven't.
you can't say the devil made me do it.
No, that was that was my question.
devil-
Basically, does
So the devil, let's call him, is able to put things in your path to kind of veer you this way, right? And like I said, whisper, you know,
yeah.
excuse me. So, you know, like you've always made the choice. That's the thing. Even if the devil has tempted you and whatnot, you still made the choice to do the bad thing.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I like devils and angels, to the extent that they exist at all. The understanding is they can't make you do something.
No,
Like they're
technically.
enticing you or teasing you or tricking you or whatever. But they're not.
Yep.
They're not. I made your hand to do this. I invisibly grabbed your arm and made you do that.
Right.
Because if they made you do something, then you didn't actually do a good or bad thing.
Yeah. It
They did
negates-
it, and I just didn't even know.
They don't want that. The devils don't want that, or
Right.
demons
They want you to
make the choice
Right.
so that when you go to in front of God, you
Well, hopefully it won't come to that.
yeah, you can't say the devil made me do it.
Yeah. Actually, I do have the book that I got a bunch of books for myself for Christmas.
Yeah, you got a lot of books. I got a fair amount too, but
I bought
you practically bought a library.
I bought this Stephen Fry. It's probably backwards in the camera actually. Stephen Fry,
Yeah,
The
probably.
Ode Less Traveled: A Guide to Writing Poetry. I really like Stephen Fry.
Yeah, you were saying you bought this because of the author.
I bought this because of him. Yeah, British guy, smart, funny, extremely well spoken, witty, has a wonderful way of speaking, a great wordsmith, a great mastery of the language, fun to listen to,
Okay.
and bright
Okay.
and quick.
Right.
So I really wanted to buy something to read of his,
Mm-hmm.
and frankly, I probably looked at like 6 or 7 other books. He's done all kinds of things. He's written about all kinds of different topics. He's hosted shows and he's on podcasts like everybody
So
is
he's
these
a
days.
true
too.
Renaissance man.
Well, he's definitely found a way to capitalize on his on what he's on his gifts.
Okay.
And so he's done many things. And he wrote a bunch of novels, but there wasn't anything that tickled me. And I wouldn't have bought a book on poetry.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that come in because I'm like poetry.
Well,
Okay.
a guide to writing poetry.
Yeah. No, I saw that. But
So I wouldn't have bought this had it not been for him. And it's been a great read so far. He's explaining it in a really fun, interesting way,
okay.
and I'm liking it. And I've actually. I could see myself writing a little bit of poetry now because I've got some in my collection of books about war. I've got a handful of books that have poems and poetry, and there's some nautical books I have that have poems in there. So this,
I've been in
this will
summer for many
explain a
year.
little bit more of the meter and the tempo and you know apparently I might be the last guy that knows this, but there's a zillion authors, you know, not Shakespeare plus, you know, 50,
Yeah,
that the
there's
whole,
tons,
it's all
yeah.
but hundreds and hundreds of years, it's all been written in some of these meters and some of these
Well, a
tempos
lot
that I
of these
wouldn't
history
recognize.
books, for instance, will quote poems from the time and that sort of thing. And it's interesting. And men write a lot of poetry. I mean, there's a lot of women poets too.
Limericks.
Limericks, yeah.
Limericks.
Still a poem.
Doesn't have to rhyme to be a poem,
Yeah.
but it helps.
Sea shanties. You know, that you had to come up with poems to get the men to march.
Yeah, well, the French Foreign Legion was very strong on songs.
Yeah.
Um,
Music makes you able to do more than your body thinks it can. They've
Right.
shown that even with like things like dementia and Alzheimer's. If you put a song on, they suddenly are able
I've
to.
seen a few videos like that,
Yeah.
right? Like the aged ballerina there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting the journey that music puts you on.
I
And-
think, if I may, I think that's a function of those neurons, those memory connections are so strong
Mm-hmm.
because that person's been doing it, you know, for decades.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm 90 years old on a porch somewhere and I've just forgotten everything, you'll be able to
Just,
ask me sales stuff and I can go right into it.
Yeah,
'Cause
or
some of that stuff
also
is just
too,
locked
the
in,
words
you know?
of this and the words of that, right? Like it's funny how you remember songs, and songs
Right.
help us learn. Like that's why when we're 5, we sing the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Still have to.
Yeah,
What
exactly,
comes after P? P.
exactly. And songs help us remember. I mean, remember that song? What was it from Cheers? There.
Everybody knows your name.
No, the song that.
Oh, Albania, you
Albania
border on the Adriatic. Our chief export is potash.
Exactly.
It's like 30 years ago.
I know, right? But we still remember that song. And if we learned in song,
Yeah, that's weird.
we'd retain it much better. And they say, you know, if you're worried about your brain functioning and stuff like that, to take up a musical instrument and play music because it helps create new paths in your brain.
I'm not a music file, you know what I mean? But I like listening to music. Like I'm not
And
like
you're naturally good at music. I've seen you with different instruments and you can pick things out. I'm not
well, don't do
natural.
this because I tried the trumpet and it was terrible. I can sing and whistle and hum and I would have thought trumpet. This would be perfect for me. Not even close.
I don't like
Not
trumpets.
even close. I love listening to trumpet. Good trumpet music. Like not just someone
Trumpets?
in your ear, but like
Yeah,
a
they're
proper.
obnoxious.
Well, it has to be the right place.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a place. There's trumpets in every orchestra, but not everyone likes the trumpeters. A lot of
Right.
people think the trumpeters, they're just obnoxious.
Yeah. But where I was going with that was, you know, I'm not one of these people who can say, oh, that's from the
Oh.
B side of this album. And did you know that
Right.
he used to be the singer? Like, I know nothing about half the time. I don't even know what the song is about. I've got the words all wrong. But I like the song. And I'll revert to the same songs. I bring that up because I was grabbing some coffee this morning. And for some reason, I had a hankering to play that song we were just listening to. I played it when I got home.
Okay.
And it's remarkable how it changes your mood.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like I was already in a good mood, but it's like it's
Yeah.
you know,
It's a
music.
little spring in your step.
Yeah, it's weird, and you see these videos of animals, like the bird is doing
Yeah.
this to the
I love
or
those.
dogs. Like
Yeah.
this, it's weird the way that works. I
Or
wonder why.
babies.
Yeah, I wonder. You have the cartoon babies. You know, I wonder why that is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to think about that because like as you know, I have fibromyalgia, so sometimes I have some really bad days. And often I will say it's time to put the music in and I'm able to move better during the day
Yeah,
because of music, right? Because of course I've seen those videos where the older people can move better.
right.
And you're right, it does put a spring in your step. It makes your body, like I said, do things that you don't think you can do at that moment.
But the fact that a song will play
Yeah,
and there's a some it's doing this with my body feels like
Yeah.
it matches.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not actively thinking, oh, this is a 4/4 beat and I better do the left to right. Like
Right.
there's people that take dance, but a regular Joe, it's just you know,
Yeah,
I don't
just
know. It makes you
tapping
the
my
fact
foot
that it
or-
makes you want to do something,
Makes you want to
even
move.
when no one's watching. It's not,
Yeah.
I'm not dancing because I'm trying to fit in.
Right. I'm just
I want
bopping to the beat.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. I wonder what's happening
And
there.
it's, you know, like music is very much a mood changer. Like restaurants play certain music to help create an atmosphere. You know, if you're on a date and the first time you're going to sleep together, often there's, you know, let me put some music on to get us in the
Let's
mood.
get it on.
Let's get it on.
Like I wonder if it's as simple as just you hearing your mother's heartbeat in the womb, the beat. I mean,
Yeah.
but that seems
Well, they've also talked about, you know, some songs, especially they've claimed heavy metal and, you know, sort of really punk songs are kind of against the heartbeat, like it's opposite.
screaming death metal.
Screaming death metal. And they've even done studies where they put music on for plants and their growth.
Yes, that I've
And
that
then
I've seen.
and then
That's
they
weird.
put like they've either put heavy metal or they go in and they yell at the plant and say you're stupid, you're dumb, how could you do this, la la la, and they wither.
That's very unusual.
Yeah, and it's like it's just showing how music and how attitude can really change things.
Like a plant doesn't have a brain. A
No.
plant doesn't have a nervous system in the way that we would understand it in an animal.
Yeah.
And we understand
They have proven plants do feel.
we understand physically exactly what sound is and how sound propagates. Mm-hmm. So that's a very unusual. I wonder how true that is. Like, we've all
Right.
heard that.
Yeah.
Play good music to play. We've all heard that, but I wonder how real that is. That's hard to
Yeah.
reconcile with.
And I wonder, like, you know, some mothers that are pregnant will put like classical music on their tummies for their.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah.
can see
Like,
that.
I'm not sure if there's any truth to it, but, you know, like make
Well,
them smarter.
Just her listening to it will relax her,
Yeah.
and that's probably good overall.
Yeah.
Whatever I feel good chemicals in your body
Right.
flowing is probably good and relaxing the muscles and I'm sure the baby feels everything. You know,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the womb, every tension, all that stuff. So
I'm amazed at some women that get pregnant and have a very, you know, sort of tragic kind of thing happen and they still hang on to the baby. Their body still allows it to grow, you know, because like sometimes you can have a miscarriage because of something sudden, right?
well, one of the reasons women have a high pain tolerance is, of course, nature has paired them for childbirth. I was just hearing this on some podcast, and they mentioned the technical, biological, whatever it was. I wasn't really trying to memorize it, but there's physiological differences that give them a much higher pain tolerance and stress tolerance. Presumably in preparation for childbirth. So.
Right.
You know,
We are
it's
stronger.
well. I think it's probably kind of like regular stress. You know, there's a burglar in the house. Okay, well, the guy will go down and beat him up.
Right.
But you know, a zombie just fell through the roof. It's like, okay, honey, you get this. Like, it's the curve is like
Right.
it's at the extreme, and so it's fine. I got this. The guy's head just came off. I'll pick up.
Well, we were just talking about the fact that women don't get as grossed out by messes because we're always having to clean up messes. And
I think that's probably the same sort of thing.
yeah,
The
yeah,
same sort of, related. In other
Right.
words, there's something in the brain, something in the system. Don't have the, like, people would have, I don't know,
but bugs, that's the guy's territory.
bugs. I don't think, well, I don't know. Everybody's different.
Yeah, for sure. There's a
I'm
lot
not
of
a fan
women
of
out there
bugs.
that are really good at killing bugs and no problem. You know me, I have no problem killing bugs.
Yeah.
I'll just grab them by the hand and,
I have, by the hand. Come here, little guy.
well,
I have the,
Although
with
you-
your hand, yeah.
yeah, with my hand. But you're really good because you're very protective of me, of bees. You have no problem taking
If it's a
sting.
bee, yeah, I'm not a
'Cause I'm
fan of bugs. But
I'm anaphylactic allergic to bee stings. And there was even one time where one landed right on my chest and you just grabbed it,
Hmm.
didn't even think about it, squished it. Not that I want to kill bees.
that's a
but-
defensive reaction. Like if it was a snake or a wolf or something, like you would just, you're not really thinking, you would just do something.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's abnormal. I think I'm pretty normal. I don't like bugs and snakes, and I mean that's pretty
Yeah.
normal. I don't think, like, human beings aren't supposed to like those things. If someone likes bugs and snakes, I've got a snake in my aquarium. I've got a little collection of bugs.
Yeah.
That's the outlier. It's
Right.
normal to not like those things.
Right.
Because normally those things are bad
some
for
people eat those things.
you. Eat snakes.
Snakes, bugs, crickets,
Yeah.
you know?
Grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Cricket,
just
cricket and
found out-
grasshopper is the same thing, isn't it?
No, they're two different things.
Are they?
So
Or
a
one's-
friend of
one's big,
mine
one's small.
has a daughter who's starting up a business where, you know, with bugs like crickets and things like that. But she told
Like to
me,
grow them and grind them and put them in your food, you mean?
yeah, but she told me, and I didn't even think about it, that anyone who has a shellfish allergy, which I do, you can't eat the bugs because they're the
that
same
right?
thing. They're land shellfish, basically.
I have to look into that.
Yeah, well, that's,
Apparently, they
they've
have
looked
a
into it.
higher higher protein
Yeah.
content per pound than like beef.
Right, right. Yeah, they're supposed to be very, very.
I don't have any fundamental problem with that. I'm going to grind it all up and stick it in your food if it helps increase.
Well,
know,
like, you know, I have to be
decrease
careful
world
of
hunger
even
and
what
health or whatever.
supplements I take, because a lot of the joint supplements have shellfish in them.
Well, that the chondroitin stuff definitely is made with shellfish.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be, I'm willing to believe
Trust
it, but I'd
me,
be
her
surprised. if-
daughter is extremely well researched.
That's interesting.
And yeah, they told me at
So
the,
crickets and and shellfish share whatever makes you allergic.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's weird. I wonder what else out there is like that. I wonder if there's anything else on land
Mm-hmm. That-
like that.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Don't eat dung beetles, Rhonda. They're bad. They're allergic.
Yeah, beetles will probably fall under that because I have a hard crustacean
Yeah.
top.
But you probably weren't in danger of getting a bowl of crickets anytime
No,
soon. so
no,
you're
I
probably
wasn't. Yeah,
okay.
I'm probably okay.
Speaking of bowl of crickets, where do you want to eat today?
Oh yeah, because we do lunch. So we're gonna review restaurants locally as well.
We should. We go everywhere.
Yeah, we do.
Eat it a lot. We go everywhere. We have strong opinions, but I think we're pretty generous. So, but that's I think, you know, there might be one person watching for all I know. It doesn't really matter. But
Yeah,
we like
'cause
to talk about that stuff.
We just went to Chuck's Roadhouse with our son,
Yeah, we've been there lots.
a fair amount, and it's well priced. You said it's competitively priced.
It's very well priced. Good menu. Everything on the menu is decent. You're not
Yeah.
gonna, not gonna anything bad. You're
No.
not gonna be dissatisfied with anything you order.
No, no. Although their garlic pan loaf was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
The beer's cheap.
Yeah,
The atmosphere is pleasant.
yeah,
Even when it's busy, there's still room to be seated.
yeah. And you can still hear each other as well.
Yeah. For the most part, the service is very good. The service yesterday happened to be excellent. Was it yesterday, day before?
Day before, I think.
Was excellent. Service
Yeah,
was absolutely
really good.
Probably
Yeah.
one of the best.
Wish we got her name because we could do a shout out to her.
Yes,
But
yes.
she knew some of the secret things you can do.
I should have
to
kept
make
the
your-
receipt. Yeah,
meal
probably one of
better.
the best people we've had help us in a restaurant in a while. Excellent, attentive
Yeah,
service.
yeah,
And I like it there. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I like to go to different restaurants. Mm-hmm. But go there, affordable, predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been pretty consistent.
Yeah, the only thing is, there's been a couple of times I've gone there and the baked potato was not even available. Now, I know those take longer, but 2 times in a row, not that I ordered this last time, I didn't order that.
How long does it take to bake a potato from scratch?
Oh, it takes probably an hour if you're doing
Okay,
it
so
in
they
the
have to
oven.
have them ready. They
Yeah,
can't make it
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, but it's like, if you don't even have them prepared, and we didn't go at a weird hour. It wasn't like, oh, we're there
Right.
at 9 in the morning, so,
It's probably not a super popular,
I love baked potatoes.
but I mean, at a roadhouse, I don't know.
They're not hard to make. Just throw
But
them in
but
the
don't
oven.
have it on the menu.
Yeah,
You know, if it's that much of a bitch, but probably in the evening because they've got steaks and stuff
Yeah.
on there too. So it's probably one of those things where maybe they have it more ready. Because you and I like to go for lunch around 2.
yeah. Which
It's
is
a good time for me. And one of the reasons we're doing that is so it's not super crowded, not
Yeah.
super busy, and sort of post lunch and before the early bird.
dinners
dinner
and
eaters.
things like that. Yeah.
That's a nice time. It's getting it's there's all kinds of wonderful places downtown I like to go to, but the parking is such a bitch.
It is, yeah.
And
The
not just the
Roadhouse
finding it, the
downtown
paying for it.
wasn't so good.
Did
but
we
the
go there
steak-
once? Just the patio.
Just the patio. But the steak bites on the menu, oh my God, so good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I like the boneless wings,
You do like the boneless wings?
but if I'm honest, I mean, they're not spectacular.
Right. Yeah.
It's the fact that they, like, if another restaurant had boneless wings, I'd probably like them as
Just
much,
as
or
much,
just
yeah.
I like the convenience of the boneless wing.
Yeah. There's
Especially
no
if we're-
bone to contend
Well,
with.
especially if we're talking or we've got our books or something like that, I don't need to be covered in sauce, you know.
Yes.
It's kind of handy. They're more or less bite sized.
Right.
They don't have enough flavors. They've really only got honey garlic, and then honey garlic, buffalo, and however hot you want,
Oh, okay. Okay.
which is fine.
Fine,
But I
yeah.
mean, it's probably not that big a deal in the kitchen
Right.
to have a couple other, right?
Yeah.
You just toss it in this or throw this on it, and you could have a couple other options.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because wings is probably a big thing. I love wings. So
Yeah.
wings is probably a big thing.
Wings
It
and
wouldn't,
beer, they
wouldn't
go
kill them to
together.
have 2 or 3 other choices for
Yeah.
people that get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not really honey garlic the way you'd get other places,
Right.
where it's a
Okay.
little wet and you can taste the garlic. It's
Yeah.
more. We're calling it honey garlic. It's really just kind of honey garlic adjacent, but there's no bones, and he likes it, so give it to him.
Right. Right. He's not going to complain.
Yeah, like the food is okay.
The food is okay.
For-
I found 2 things that I like, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
If I went there, like if you went there and it was if it was 20% more expensive
Mm-hmm.
and the service wasn't great, you'd never go back.
Yes. The service is usually pretty good.
The price brings you back,
The price brings you back.
and I've never gotten slop. I know that's
No.
not a glowing review, but some places you go and it's like it's expensive and you're not getting enough food and it's crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get your burger and 3 fries.
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty good on the helpings too.
Right. Well, like you and I've talked about, I've talked about before, like the Loyal Oarsman is very consistent. Like if I get whatever, if I order it today and order it next week and order every week, I'm going to get exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and you have a couple of things you really like there.
A couple things. Well, we've worked our way through the menu there for the most part.
For the
There's
most
very
part.
few things we haven't tried.
And I put them on the same level as Chuck's Roadhouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I know you rave about that Loyal Oarsman.
That's interesting.
They're maybe just slightly above
I'm shocked.
because it's like their food is okay.
I find the food much better there.
It's better than Chuck's, but it's not like, oh my God, everything's so great. It's no.
Interesting. Well, what do you normally order?
I've worked my way through. I've done the mushroom boat. I've done the nachos. I think I've done a burger there. I've done the
They're one of the only
steak
places you
sandwich.
can even get nachos with ground beef anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You're right there.
nachos are
Their
good.
nachos are good. Liver and onions I've
I
done.
mean, I get the scallops, which I know you can't eat,
Yeah.
which is always, I mean, it's
You
the best
always
deal in
love-
town.
yeah, you always
I
love your
never leave there
scallops.
without the scallops.
Their Caesar
Tried
salad
the
is pretty
burgers,
good.
the liver and onions, the bangers and mash. I mean, I've tried almost everything on And the menu, I've been very satisfied with everything I've eaten there. The Caesar salad, they cut too small.
Yes, they
But
do
every- but-
shred
but-
it up a
yeah.
bit.
Like, I don't know, how small do you think my mouth is?
Right. But other restaurants, you get big honking chunks, and it's like, okay, it's not.
Deconstructed. Here's your, just a head of lettuce and a
Yeah,
fork.
and here's a little bit of dressing for you
Yeah.
to pour yourself on.
Well, what would you put as, oh, my back, what would you put as a restaurant that with better food?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, Turn and Og has a pretty good restaurant or
Yeah.
menu. I mean, I know it's a little more expensive, and some of their things, some are hit and miss. Some are, wow, this was really good.
Well, that's kind of our usual summer spots in the patio. I like
Yeah.
that where people watch.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? I feel like the menu is limited.
It is. But I mean, there's pros and cons to that. One of the pros is that they focus on certain dishes
Right.
and master those dishes, as opposed to, you know, the One-Eyed Jacks where you get a Bible of a menu. And, you know, that most of their stuff, again, I put them at that Roadhouse level. There's nothing spectacular there, but
Although-
if you've got a group of people and you want to get everyone's taste in there,
Yeah. I like going to the Roadhouse. Jack's definitely has better food than the Roadhouse, and Loyal Oarsman definitely has better food than the Roadhouse. Would be my opinion. I know what you're saying. They're all in the same basket,
right,
but
yeah.
that's not. I don't think that's fair. I mean, the Roadhouse is worth going to. It's pleasant. I like it there. It's affordable. It's a good time. I never feel cheated there, but it's lower grade food than Jack's, One-Eyed Jack's, or
I've had horrible
Loyal
dishes at Jack's.
really.
Yeah, the pasta. Don't order the
Well,
pasta.
I never had the pasta there, to be fair. So
Yeah.
we had like the fried platter and
Yeah, that was
burgers.
pretty good. Yeah.
I think I've had wings. Yeah, the wings were so-so. I don't know what happened to wings in this city.
Yeah, there's
Wings
no.
used to be the hot thing. Everybody on this decades ago, but
Yeah.
everyone had wings. Everyone was competing for wings. Pitcher beer and 50 wings or whatever. Everyone had great deals. The wings were, everyone was competing.
Yeah, and
They were
10 cents a
tasty.
wing, and yeah.
You know, or even the place that focuses on the wings that got bought. They used to have like,
Oh, yeah.
1,000 different,
Different flavors.
yeah, I kind of like that place too, but it's so expensive
It
now.
was stupid expensive.
It was,
yeah.
but it wasn't expensive in the beginning. I don't think. I don't remember that.
I remember going there when it was still just opened, and we were like shocked at the price. And it didn't even come with fries,
Right.
you know? And it's like, yeah, I know when you get a pitcher of beer and wings, you often don't get fries. But for the price we were paying for just the wings, I think some fries.
Well, if
would
you
have
want to
been-
go somewhere and get regular pub fare, and money wasn't an issue, and distance wasn't an issue, what else is there? I mean, you've got, because, Montana's and Kelsey's and stuff, it's fine.
Yeah, it's what you expect from them. Yeah.
I think it's overpriced, and it's like a place in the mall. It's fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy there. It's fine.
Well,
The
Chuck's
service
is a
is always really,
franchise too
yeah, but I feel like the food is better.
at Kelsey's and
No, I feel like the food is better at Jack's than at Kelsey's in Montana. I haven't been in Montana's in a while.
yeah, it's been a while for me too.
All I've got in my head of Montana's is chili and cornbread. I know they have a lot more, but
Yeah.
every time we said, "Do you want to go to Montana's?" I don't want chili and cornbread. Let's go somewhere else. But it's also in a parking lot.
Yeah,
Like, it makes sense if you were just there shopping.
right. Like let's
Christmas
go buy
time,
it.
but
buy-
when I went
yeah.
there for lunch one afternoon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, ooh, I'm loving this food.
Right,
It was
right.
kind of like, this will fill a hole.
Yeah, yeah.
I look forward to eating at, because I know I'm going to enjoy the food, and I'm not
Well,
going to
see,
get a bad meal.
at Kelsey's, I love their spinach dip, as you know. And I've tried spinach dips
hard to get wrong.
at other places that were not as good.
Hmm.
Kelsey's definitely is the king of that. And I've had their salad, because I like salad with the
Right.
grilled chicken on top. Kelsey's is by far the best one.
That's
The
with
one I got at Chuck's was,
berries and stuff in it, or
yeah, usually like walnuts and berries and goat
a
cheese.
Waldorf salad.
A Waldorf salad. But
Do you know how to make Waldorf salad?
Chuck's was crap.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what I mean about consistent. Like I haven't had the, what did you say you didn't like at the Loyal Oarsman? Everything.
No. Well, I've tried a lot and I've liked stuff, but I'm not raving about it.
That's interesting.
I mean, I will put out that their nachos are top notch
Okay, well, we'll have
and
to,
their service is quite good.
we'll lower it in the rotation. Because I thought we both agreed that we're really happy there.
I like going there.
It's also, I like it, the service is always excellent.
Yeah.
It's a little noisy for,
It can
for
be.
chat.
Yeah.
And
Even
for the
with
most part, there's always a
berries,
place to sit.
Yeah.
But we go there at sort of off peak
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It probably is busy, actually, if you went there.
At lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be. Have you tried the pasta show?
The pasta, what do they do at the pasta shop?
We're always being recommended to the pasta show.
Everybody loves to mention the pasta. I just refuse, I'm gonna not go to the pasta shelf, just in protest for all the times
In
people ask me
principle.
about it. Have you been to the no.
No, I'm not.
Going.
I will never
I
go
will
there.
never eat pasta again just because you asked me that. Well, where do you want to go for lunch today? I was thinking Tom's Place, unless you got a different.
Oh, yeah. We haven't done Tom's Place since last winter. Yeah, that sounds good. They have good nachos there, too.
I like to go. I like to take my books, even though like 80% of the time, 90% of the time, we never get them out.
Yeah.
But I like to have a place to sit, and in case I want to write something down or look something up or whatever.
Right, right.
And Tom's Place, kind of like Kirkpatrick's, just always seems too dark.
Right, it is dark in there, yeah.
And the front of Tom's Place, the tables are like at your knees, like you need a fork 3 feet long to eat your food. So it's not a place to go for a meal, but a couple of drinks and a snack maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying maybe sit in the back.
Yeah, sit in the back.
But
You never
what's
want to go to the
point?
back.
The front is like where the fireplace and they got the shit in the walls and
But they have a fireplace on the other side, too.
yeah, I haven't been. I have to take a second look.
Yeah, I've been there many times for my book club that I was in. So I've gotten to know the ins and outs of Tom's Place.
Interesting.
And at the back, it's much quieter and you're left alone.
That place isn't cheap either.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's a little more pricey because of Bistro Stefan.
We could go downtown. I've still got a gift certificate for the novel idea,
Yeah, that's right.
but I'm not sure I'm digging downtown.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking Tom's, just go somewhere close by.
Yeah, yeah, we can do Tom's. We got plenty of books to read, so we can do novel
I could use it.
idea.
It's cold in here. I could use a fireplace. Fireplace and a beer.
Yeah,
Although it's still early to be talking about beer. But I'm
yeah.
gonna flip the switch soon.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Don't you love that saying?
Yeah.
I love good sayings until they're repeated too often.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, you've heard that a million times, come up with something new.
Yeah.
As I just said, 5 o'clock somewhere.
There's some things I just hate hearing.
Right, yeah.
Like sometimes if I get engrossed in my work, I'll just forget what day it is. So what is it Wednesday today? All day. It's
Oh,
get
yes.
the fuck out of here with that.
Yes.
It's like come up with a new act. Like it's just
The low-lying fruit.
yeah. It's like you're just saying that because you've heard everybody say that for 20 years. Stop. Just
And you
stop
think
saying
you're
it.
being clever. It's like, you're not being clever anymore.
Yeah, nobody thinks that's funny anymore.
Exactly.
Even you that just said it knows it's not funny.
And wasn't there another one about the phone book or something that you didn't like? I know you don't like the all-day one, but there was something else too.
Well, I use the phone. I use the phone book one, but
Funny how you always think you're funny.
when I say it, it's funny. When I do it, I'm an exception to all my own rules. If I do it, it's okay. If I say it, it's funny.
Yeah, because you are one
But
to
all day.
latch on to a sound. I think that's your ADHD coming through. And you will repeat it. You're like a little kid. Ladle, ladle, ladle.
Yeah. Well, I can have. It's an auditory.
You're stemming is
It's
what you're
an
doing.
auditory. What do you call it? Kids have a little blanket, security blanket,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Auditory security blanket.
Yeah, yeah. Catherine explained it to me. It's called stemming because she does
I've heard
it.
that term before, but I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, it's a way of self-soothing. And so you latch onto sounds because you're very audio driven and you'll repeat the same sounds, you'll repeat the same sort of phrases. You love singing because there's a repetition there.
Right.
And-
Only the first 3 seconds of the song or the chorus,
And then you go
and then
into
they
the
move on to the
chickens.
next song, and then it morphs into a chicken singing. Yes.
Yes.
If I don't know the words,
It becomes a chicken singing.
yeah,
And-
you can cluck the words to almost every song if
You
you
can.
really try hard enough.
And like you said, you can change the channel on you. Like I sing the first couple songs, words of a song, and you'll latch onto that. And
Yeah. Do you remember? I won't get into specifics, but I had a job once, and I was the guy in the office beside me. I was always humming and singing and whistling,
yeah, because that's
Yeah.
what you do. Yeah.
and the guy beside me would like bang on the wall and say, "Shut up in there, kid." It was like, look, it's not my fault you're a jaded old prick who hates his job. Like, I like my job. I'm good at my job. I'm having fun, and so I'm humming and whistling. Whistle while you work. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's. I think the idea of the idea of that phrase
Mm-hmm.
was whistle while you work so that you'll feel better while you work.
Yeah.
But usually, if I'm having a good time at work, I'm whistling or humming or listening to music.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around. I'm not listening to it to make me feel good.
No.
I feel good because I feel good at work.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying my job, and so
And
I'm
it-
listening to music or I'm whistling or I was like, oh, keep it down. I was like, why don't you fuck off?
You are very noisy.
I can be noisy, yes.
No, you are very noisy. I've had a couple of our friends say, "How do you put up with him?" Because you're constantly like, blah, blah, blah. You don't even know you're doing it most
It's
of
also
the time.
related to how many beers I've had.
Well,
That brings the volume up, probably.
it can, but you're naturally noisy. Like you say, you're in love with the sound of your own voice,
This is
right?
true.
And you too tend to dominate conversations because you have a lot of ideas
Yeah,
and
I know I talk too much, and I know I like to take
You
over
cut me off.
conversations. Yeah, I know I'm like that.
well, and that's part of that whole singing and whistling and things like that. And like I said, a couple of our friends have noticed it and like, how do you put up with it? I'm like, I'm the oldest of 7 kids. This is nothing like for the noise volume. Because one time one of our friends had asked about that. I was sitting and reading and they're like, how can you just sit and read?
In men's culture,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of talk about being quiet, speaking last, and speaking slowly and measured and few words, and that projects strength and
Make them lean in to hear you.
yeah, and I get all that. I'm not a psychologist. I get all that, but in most conversations, like 50 things popped into my head that I want to say or contribute or I got 18 pockets. Each of them have 2 cents in there. That I want to know. And I like we're doing here. Like I want to contribute. I want to be part of the
Conversation.
conversation too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just listen. If I want to listen, I'll listen to a podcast. I'm physically here with you people, so I want to talk too. But I know I definitely talk too much, and can easily have an opinion
Anything.
on anything.
Everything.
Yeah,
And nothing at all.
nothing at all. Yeah. So that's that might be a bad, annoying trait, but it's who I am. And that's what got me here. So I'm not changing now, basically. But I try to be careful in business meetings and stuff. But once the horse is out of the barn, it's full gallop until someone says, "Okay, Mark, I think let's hear from somebody else." We've been here an hour and a half. We've run out of donuts and water. Well, I got one more thing. I'm going to do a skit for you.
Yeah, no. And as you get older, you do become aware of some of the not so great traits. Because we all have traits that can be annoying. We all have traits that, I'd love to change this, but it's sort of, I'm too old to change it now. Or, you learn as you get older to rein those things back in a little bit.
I think one of my superpowers, you will probably won't agree with this being my wife and knowing me intimately, but I think one of my superpowers is that I'm very self-aware. That doesn't mean I do anything about it. But I'm pretty aware of what my flaws are. Like I know, I'm pretty aware of who I am.
Right.
If I were able to take that knowledge and turn all those knobs, you could come up with a pretty cool little fella here. But I'm not
Pretty cool
but I'm
little
not
fella.
ignorant.
Right.
If someone says, "Oh, you're like that," I'm not gonna. No, like
Yeah.
it's like yes, you're right. I do that. You're right.
Yeah. And
Like I'm pretty
that
self-aware.
that is actually part of the wisdom that you get as you get older.
Yeah.
You become aware of those flaws. It doesn't mean they change. It might mean there might be slight and very subtle tweaks, but it's not a big 180 like, oh, you become the silent man in the
Yeah.
room that sits in the corner, and when he does contribute, it's,
And
mic
to be
drop
fair,
time.
in most of my roles, I'm coaching, I'm teaching, I'm guiding, I'm informing, and that's done by speaking.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
I know.
by like I'm paid to talk for the most part.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so there's that too.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to drive the conversation.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm going down a weird path
Mm-hmm.
because I'm trying to get a reaction, or I'm trying to illustrate a point that somebody else isn't going to have the balls or the brains to say for themselves.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
No,
for
you're-
sure, I
you're-
love to talk.
You're extremely well read, extremely well educated, and you say
And
you
nothing
can't,
at all.
and you say that you can't hold on to, like, if you read history, you don't hold on to those facts, but you weirdly know the names of actors and actresses that, like, I'll be like, oh, there's that guy, where do we know him from? And you'll name his name, you'll name the movies that we've seen him in. It's like, how the
Or if I
hell?
can't think of their name, I can think of like 5 movies they were in, and
Yeah.
give you the lines
So
that they
that's
said.
where
in
your
the
memory is going, isn't
and
the
all those
whole
neurons are used for useless.
movie facts.
I can move to Hollywood. And then this guy's a genius.
Yeah, you'd be a great agent.
Yeah. Hey, I loved you in that. Nobody saw that. And then just do their whole dialogue for an hour and a half.
Yeah, exactly. So you do have a good memory. It's just, where do you want to apply that good memory?
I'd be pretty lost if I didn't have the the ears for words and to remember words and phrases. I mean, that's something I have above most of the competition. So
Yeah.
With that I'd be pretty stuck.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're a good wordsmith,
Yeah.
whether spoken or written.
Well, that's another thing that AI is coming for, right?
Yeah.
People like that. Like you don't need to be a wordsmith if the computer will just do it for you.
Yeah. You put in your clunky
Yeah.
words in it.
But I can tell. Someone sends me an email or I see something online. I was like, okay, this person didn't write this,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
right? You can tell. But the day will come where you won't be able to.
Tell.
That's
Yeah.
happening.
Exactly.
Soon, the day will come soon.
Sooner than you think, for sure. Yeah.
Well, what do you say we wrap this up
Okay.
and figure out what we're gonna do for lunch?
Yeah, we'll let you know next week when we're back here, what restaurant we ended up at and what
She'll
we
tell you
got.
what other restaurants she hates.
I have a very high bar.
I'm surprised about the Loyal Oarsman.
I know.
I'm a
I've been
big
keeping
fan.
that in my back pocket.
Well, I know you weren't as excited about it as I am, but I
I like
really
it
felt like
there.
everything that they made was good and consistent. But I didn't try some of the things you tried either, obviously either.
And like I said, I haven't had a horrible meal
Yeah.
at Loyal Horseman, but it's like, it's okay. I don't mind it. It's not like, oh my God, go there and get this.
Well, we won't go there today.
Okay.
We're not gonna go to we won't go to the Roadhouse. We
Right.
won't go to the parking lot places.
Okay.
So maybe Tom's place.
So Tom's place.
I can't think of any other place.
There's other places. Rhodes, the cannery.
Yeah, we haven't tried that. I haven't
Yeah.
tried that.
The cannery, we either have to do breakfast or dinner. They don't do lunch.
Okay. All right, let's keep it simple. Does
Yeah.
Tom's place even do lunch in the bar?
Yeah.
They must.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
easy. All right, well, that was good.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. What else?
That's
Share
it.
with your friends, invite
Yep.
your friends, all that good stuff, all that social media
Don't
stuff.
stop talking to each other.
Yeah, keep talking to each other. It's the one thing AI can't take away. Well, actually it can, because you can create an AI companion now.
Yeah, but it's not the same. You know
No.
you're not talking to another free-thinking human being.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
It'll never replace that.
All right, I'm gonna grab this.
Big reach.
Big reach.
Bye.
Bye.